Oxygen that flows into the basket diffuses to the cell culture. We will discuss how gases diffuse through barriers in a later section. Once in the culture, oxygen is absorbed by cells for cellular metabolism. Carbon dioxide is a byproduct of cellular metabolism that is excreted into the cell culture. The oxygen also flows into the sparger and exits through the bottom ring of the sparger as a stream of bubbles. Carbon dioxide is both essential at lower concentration and detrimental in the cell culture at high concentration. Carbon dioxide is added to the culture through the basket at initial accumulation stages to maintain an optimal concentration in the culture. Once cells grow beyond the accumulation stage, they begin to excrete more carbon dioxide due to higher cellular metabolism. This increases the concentration of carbon dioxide in the culture. Carbon dioxide in the culture is exchanged with oxygen in the bubbles. Air enters the bioreactor through the headspace in and sweeps the headspace and exits through the headspace out constantly. This is to maintain positive flow and pressure, which helps to keep contaminants out. Air is a mixture of mostly nitrogen and a small amount of oxygen and other gases. Air supplied to the basket and sparger is used at the initial stages of cell culture to provide a small amount of oxygen needed to maintain the small number of cells in optimal condition. The general rule is that gas travels from high pressure to low pressure and/or high concentration to low concentration environments across membranes. One example of this can be found in oxygen. The combined factor, high pressure and high concentration inside the aeration tubing compared to the cell culture, allows oxygen to pass through the aeration tubing wall into the cell culture. There are some cases where gases can move from low pressure areas to high pressure areas. This occurs when there is a high enough concentration to overcome the pressure differential between a gas's partial pressure and the culture's pressure. One example of this could be found with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide travels from the cell culture to inside of the basket tubing due to its high concentration within the cell culture.